Well, that might be a little much.
All right.
And we are live.
All
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Alex. I've got Chris here, and we got a special guest, Crissi, coming all the way from Las Cruces, New Mexico. So our little show is As Money Walks, and the intent of this is just kind of following where people are moving to and from throughout New Mexico. And when people move, they take their money with them, don't they, Chris?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
So
fully
that's kind of
agree.
As Money Walks. So we're going to talk to Crissi a little bit about Las Cruces, where people are coming from and her demographic and where they're going. And at any time, if you guys have any questions, yeah, we love interaction. Pop in, ask us questions. Crissi said she's a know-it-all with numbers. So if we want to know anything about the real estate market in Las Cruces, we got the right person on the show. Shall we get started, guys? I'm going to let's run our little promo intro, and we will get going. How was that?
That's fun. That's just fun, Alex.
It's kind of funny. So before we get started, the original version of that, Chris had some banjo music on there.
Hey, I was trying to make it, we were out in the woods,
Not good. I didn't know how to change the music. So, Crissi, like we said, you're in the Las Cruces market. So just kind of keeping the questions kind of light. What's your favorite part of real estate?
The people, for sure. It's, one, the flexibility, but two, the people. It's awesome. It's exciting. I don't know who I'm going to get to meet. And I think helping them, it's super exciting. People come to me sometimes, they want to sell, really overwhelmed, house full of stuff, don't know where to begin. And I've become pretty good at advising them and helping people part with a lot of their items and showing them, look, you know what, the important thing is, let's sell this home, let's move on. But getting to be a part of it, it's a privilege, and it's super exciting to see them, close out one house, go to a new dream home. It's fun.
And that is a great point. That's a great skill to get people to actually disconnect from the current house, disconnect from the stuff. Absolutely. That's a great skill to have. All right, Chris, you got any question? You got a question here, buddy?
No, I mean, that's, how's the marketplace out there? I mean,
it's amazing. You would think that COVID would have hit us harder than it has. For some reason, probably, the very low interest rates. Also, I think the uncertainty has actually helped our market because people are saying, look, you have to pay to live somewhere. We qualify, let's stop waiting. Let's go ahead and pay, equal or less for a home of our own as opposed to paying our landlord. And so we have lots of people who are just buying now, or even people who are waiting for, the perfect time. And I guess they're the crisis is saying, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just move on. And so the market is super hot, very low inventory. Prices are amazing.
So, all right, just to get a little nerdy on you for a minute. So I know, like in Albuquerque, our average days on market has now dropped to 6 days on market, which is insane. Do you know about where you guys are on your days on market?
So cumulatively, we were about 38. But again, that takes in account all the properties from, $1 million all the way down. But I will tell you that typically homes between 170 and 220, we're averaging a day or two, maybe 3 at the very most.
So that's your sweet spot. Anything under 220 is just gone, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is just gone. Yes.
So you're definitely a seller's market, it sounds like right now. Yes.
Absolutely. Although, even prices, that are higher, we put one on in the 500s and with a pool one day.
Wow.
One day. Yeah. Wow. So pools are very hot, but yeah, anything under that 220 where people are, a lot of entry level and a lot of retirees, that's just the spot.
That makes sense. Where do you see a lot of your people coming from?
A lot of California, a lot of Wisconsin, which, they're just tired of the snow. Colorado, of course, because people have, family down here. And Yeah, I mean, several Phoenix, they're just tired of the hustle bustle. And, surprisingly, Washington, we're starting to see quite a few tech people who can work remotely now and are just wanting just a bit more of a small town feel.
I think we're going to see a lot more of that because people are going to be able to live anywhere. They're going to find other things that are appealing. And I know, like Las Cruces, your guys' weather's amazing down there.
Yeah, sunshine, and it's a bit cooler because we're high desert. So people who think, oh my God, you're as hot as El Paso, we're really not. We have quite a bit of shade. We have quite a bit of greenery. And it's just, I mean, the weather is ideal other than a week in August. And even then, that's great because you just go and dip in the river.
That's awesome. I mean, you have Alamogordo going up too. And then, I mean, you have all these different, it's almost like, I mean, then you have the Butte and, I mean, Truth or Consequences. I mean, it's just like, I mean, there's so much that's so close that's not too far out.
We're best of all worlds here in Las Cruces. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. So we have, Cloudcroft. So if you want, you're tired of the hot fall, you run up to the mountains and you have to take a sweater. It's 50 degrees. You can have the snow in the winter, come back down here and it's 70. You have the lake, you have, big city right an hour away without hassling with the traffic. So restaurants, nightlife, shopping, and we do have quite a few here as well. But if you need more, we are really in just an ideal, wonderful location, not to mention the mountains.
I'm sold. I'm moving, Chris. I'm sold.
Okay,
I bet you
I'm just trying to get my bags packed right now. Of course, you have the college out there as well. I mean, my family went to that college too because I'm originally from El Paso, so we spend most of our time out there in Las Cruces. I know that's where I first started really doing karaoke, but we won't go into that. As far as
a different show. That's a completely different show. All right, so COVID's a thing. It's still affecting us. We've been dealing with this loveliness for 8 months now, and you're in New Mexico like us, so you've got new rules that are affecting us. How's that? You kind of alluded to it earlier that the COVID really didn't slow it down much, but have you noticed any changes with this new shutdown we have in place?
So, that's really, really hard for us here locally because we had been considered essential this whole time. So right now we're not allowed to physically have contact with customers and neither listing nor buying. And so, you know what though? I mean, the very first day we just pretty much worked around it. We make arrangements with other realtors and they make arrangements with sellers. And, today I'm doing 2 video walkthroughs on vacant homes because there's no one there. So we have to be flexible, but for sure it is going to touch us. And for sure we are, trying to work on getting that changed. Because again, I mean, in this market, people still need to move. People still are counting on selling their homes and we're counting on taking advantage of this great market. And people, we're not counting on their realtor not being able to go in and list their homes. So for sure, it's a dramatically big challenge for us.
Wow.
Agreed. And we're still kind of, I think a lot of us are protesting this and they're trying to see if they can get some changes made. Yeah. I'm scared if we protest too much, it's going to get worse. so I like, let's start doing our video tours. And like you said, collaborating with the other agents right now it's never been more important to have that trust in those conversations. No, I agree completely.
For sure. And, and assuring them, as well, look, if I go in, I'm going to wear protective covering. I'm going to, spray it down. I'm going to wear gloves, and just that assurance that, we are going to be safe. But not being able to talk to anyone face to face is very disconcerting, especially for buyers. They want to see, feel, touch, and they want the person, the expert who they're with. It's establishing a relationship, and it's pretty hard. We're doing it, but it is difficult.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
I think next question.
We're going to ride it out too, like you, though. We're not going to make too big of a fuss. God willing, this will be it. And, we'll see what happens in 11 days. Who's counting?
I just look, okay. So the big box stores, people started making a fuss about the big box stores. Now they're going to shut those down. So
Yeah, like why
maybe
y'all
it's better to
complaining
be
about
quiet.
Ross? Really? No, that really hurt me. Yeah, so no, not really.
That's crazy.
So just the lockdown in general in Las Cruces, because how's that affected everything?
The past couple days, I mean, really, other than the lines being extremely long, I'm not seeing a ton of difference. I'm really not. You're seeing traffic is lessened, of course, and because, all of the outdoor activities, but you're still seeing, I live in East Sonoma, and you're
Okay.
still seeing tons of walkers, kind of people going about their normal business. Although, yeah, you are seeing the traffic, you are seeing lines wrapped around the building. Restaurants, of course, huge industry and very, very affected by this.
Yeah. I mean, and I think a lot with the golf courses, I think people are kind of mad about the golf courses, especially in Sonoma. I mean, I've played that golf course several times, and up there, and those courses are closed right now too. So there's really nothing, and it's so beautiful weather outside right now too. So to have that outdoor activity, I can't imagine.
People move here for that. Yeah, people move here for that. They want to live outdoors, and it's very hard. It's very hard. Again, we don't have a lot of control other than lobbying a little bit. And again, I think we're a little bit trepidatious about making too big of a fuss. I think we're kind of just saying, you know what, let's see what takes us in the next 11 days.
Agreed.
But that is awful rough for somebody who just moved here from California, wants to golf every day, retiring, and can't.
Right. You ever golfed out there, Alex? Yeah.
I used to drink and hit a ball around a little bit, but I quit drinking, so there's no point hitting a little ball around anymore. So that's my golfing.
They have some really nice homes out there, especially around that golf course area. My cousins actually live over there in that golf course community, and man, I'm telling you what, that course is just absolutely beautiful up there.
Well, I imagine.
It's wonderful, really is.
All right, let's roll into the fun questions.
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
what's the best restaurant in Las Cruces?
Okay, and so the very best restaurant is El Jacalito.
Jacalito.
El Jacalito, and it is a little small stand on Missouri, and the best Mexican food, the best, everybody's like, oh, good burgers, and I'm a snob, so I'll be like, yeah, mediocre, but but that place actually is amazing Mexican style. My family is in Mexico, and they actually have Mexican food with the hot dog on the burger and the beans and the chile largo and the roasted jalapenos. Amazing kind of local secret that we have for the restaurants.
Did you just say a hot dog on a hamburger?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
They roast it, so it's like having an awesome family barbecue all in one, all on one burger. They just have some amazing things.
I love that. Hey, it saves a trip, and if you're trying to cut down carbs, that's a less bun.
Well, if you want to,
more meat,
right? That's
no. They toast it and butter it and everything. Yeah.
Holy cow! It's so funny is that I lived in El Paso. I've never even heard of this place. I actually opened up the first Applebee's out there in Las Cruces, off of Telshore. Is it Telshore? Yeah, it's Telshore.
Yeah, Telshore.
And I opened up the first Applebee's right next to the Village Inn right there. And that was back in the, my youth age when, I was whatever. But I had the
5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, several years ago. But I had the first Rolling Rock beer out there in Las Cruces.
Wow.
I don't know. A hot dog and a hamburger sounds more impressive than a Rolling Rock, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Well, now it does. Absolutely.
You know what? We have tons of new breweries and microbreweries, and we have Spotted Dog. We have Amador Patio with music venues, and so we're really growing. I mean, when this opens up, it's just it was really starting to be a fun hopping place within our small community, with still the small town feel, which people love, which I love. I'm originally from Northern Colorado, and so Fort Collins, which kind of to Las Cruces feels to me like Fort Collins did 20 years ago. And so we're starting to get lots of new fun places here.
Oh, that's great. I mean, and they still have like a bar in the, I don't know if that's right, but okay. So you have Applebee's right there on Tail Shore, and then you have the brewery, which that corner brewery
Pecan Grill.
What's that called?
Pecan Grill.
Pecan Grill. That's some good food too.
Oh yeah, good second to Jacalito. I'm telling you, that place is
really. And then they have the hotel right next to the mall. That hotel, like a really big bar there, right?
Yeah, that place has an amazing outdoor venue, Sunday brunch, mariachis, amazing breakfast spot. And that's just a great place even for a staycation. So you don't want to hassle with a pool. You go get one of the poolside rooms, and there's jasmine on the vines, and there's jazz playing through the speakers, and lined with magnolias. I mean, really, locals know you can go and grab a coffee and just walk around those gardens, and you feel like you're in, Versailles or somewhere beautiful. We have a lot of treasures here and a lot of really beautiful places within our small city.
So can you tell she loves Las Cruces, Chris?
Yeah, you're selling me. And then plus you're closer to Hatch than we are too. So
oh man, Sparky's, world's best green chili cheeseburgers. The greenery, we really do, just for, consistently wonderful places, and everything within driving, the pecan groves, and you can just venture out and have lots of friends who come from other places and just say, let's see where the road takes us. And there's just some neat places and secret spots.
I love it. I think when everything opens up, I'm going to load up my little family in the motorhome and take a little staycation
and that's right,
trip down to Cruces. Got to get the restaurants open up though. Got to check out the hot dog hamburger. I've got to have that.
You got to check that place out.
I have to try that.
And everything has lots. There's one with chorizo, which is
that's what I'm talking about. I'm big on.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Crissi, for joining us. This was a lot of fun. As people can see, she loves Las Cruces. She's an expert of the area. You guys can link to her on Facebook. I'll put your phone number and stuff out for people to see it. And Chris, you want to take her? Crissi, you got any final words? And then we'll let Chris wrap it up.
I think this area, if you're looking for some small town life, even if you have family, in the northern parts, our prices are extremely reasonable comparatively. Our weather is beautiful. Our location is amazing. And it's really, I don't think people realize the great small town feel of the friendliness. And the homes are beautiful in the surroundings. So, if you want to come down, give me a call for sure. There's lots of good local realtors as well. But I'm the best. And hablo español perfectamente para los clientes que prefieren. So, I'm happy to help in either language. And, come visit Las Cruces at the very least. We have lots of amazing places.
Wow. And thank you so much, Crissi. Las Cruces is such a big part of my life because I lived in El Paso for such a long period of time. And all those things that you mentioned are just absolutely gorgeous. Folks, I mean, you got to check this out, and you got to go down to Las Cruces. There's a whole bunch of different stuff to do out there. They have a winery right there. There's a bed and breakfast. I mean, things that are hidden gems out there. Talk to Crissi. She knows all the hidden gems. I actually want that burger thing. So, I'm all excited about going out there when this thing kind of pans over a little bit and getting that burger. But, thank you so much. There were some things that I didn't even know that was out there. And I'll still search for the karaoke bars and everything like that too, as well. But
post a video.
And one thing, the Spanish is so important. I didn't even know bilingual. Again, it's very hard to find a great bilingual a real estate agent, and especially in Las Cruces area.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. For Chris
Thanks,
Gonzales, I'm Alex Vallejos, and this has been As Money Walks.
Thanks, folks.
See you soon.